Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will story about war Khandaq. Okay, we continue about war. Okay, first is the story of the Khandaq War. What is the Khandaq War? Khandaq is an Arabic word of mouth. In the Battle of Khandaq, also often referred to as the Battle of Al-Ahzab. Precisely in the year, precisely in the year 5 Hijriah, where all the Arabs had surrounded Medina with a very large number of troops. The troops entered to make a plot by attacking Medina and eliminating all the Muslim troops. Who is the pioneer of this war? Yes, who else? If not the joint force of Bani Nazir, Jaws and Quraysh in fight. They are the group that hates the Prophet Muhammad most. Then what's the story? What caused the battle of Khandaq and Ahzab? Cause of the battle of Khandaq. The story of the Khandaq war began after the Prophet Muhammad moved to Medina, and there he tried to preach and spread Islam in Medina and its surroundings with Allah's permissions. Many residents of Medina converted to Islam, but in Medina there were not only Muslims but there were many Jewish tribals living there. In the end, an agreement was made that the Prophet would give the freedom to remain in Medina on the condition that they would not disturb the Muslims. The let alone fight. Long story, long story short, the Jews also agreed to the terms of the Prophet ﷺ. However, not long after the Uhud War, the Jewish tribes in Medina began to change. They violated the agreements openly and showed hostility to Prophet and his companions. They even wanted to fight him. Because of that, the Prophet ﷺ and his companions did not remain silent. He also, he also fought uh, and expelled them from the city of Medina, and among the Jewish tribes expelled by the Muslims for Medina was the Jewish tribe of Bani Nazir. Then, after Bani Nazir was expelled, they moved to Jewish village called Khaybar village. They There are greater number and strange. In addition, they pay close attention to the Muslims in every preaching and steps. What day after day goes by, it actually brings benefits to the Muslims. Their power is getting stronger, so that makes the Jews even more angry, especially the Bani Nazir Jews. Finally, the Bani Nazir looked for various ways to take revenge of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, so they prepared a large army and force to attack Medina. Because if they did it alone, they will be defeated easily by the Prophet troops. Peace be upon him. Right. And then we will continue to we got to Bani Nazir plan to gather a large army. So they also get the idea to form an unit troops for Arab nation in secret so that none of the Muslims know about it. Then 20 Bani Nazir Jawar's leader went to meet the Meccan in fights and invite them to join force to attack Medina Meccan. Infidels also accept the invasion. And then the 20 Nazir Jewish leaders also invited the Gad Hatfan Jewish tribe. The Gad Hatfan Jews also accept their invasion. The efforts of the 20 figures did not stop here. They also invite other Arab tribes who were enemies of the Prophet and Muslims. Simul- Simultaneously, following troops consisting of Quraysh invaded Kinana and other allies from the Prophet, the team and commanded by Abu Sufyan, until finally they really succeeded in getting the Arab tribes to attack and destroy the city of Medina. In fact, the combined number of Jewish and Kafir Makkah troops was very large, reaching uh, reaching uh, troops. According to calculators, this number exceeds the population of Medina, including women, children, and the elderly. Just imagine if the troops attack the city of Medina. Of course, the Muslims in Medina would immediately be used up in barrage. Battle Plan of Khandaq as of now by Rasulullah. In the history of the Khandaq war, it started that first the Prophet ﷺ did not want Rasulullah ﷺ did not know about the plane, but there was a friend who knew and immediately informed the Prophet. So he gathered his friend for deliberation because their plans or plots are so dangerous. But now that our plans are great. And then the battle Khandaq begins. In the 50 years, in the 5 years, on the Saturday night of Shawwal, the invaders arrived in Medina. But after they arrived in Medina, suddenly the disciples were very surprised by what they found. They could not enter Medina and attack Medina, and because it was blocked by a long moat. The infidel troops did not expect it at all because the Arabs had never known a trench when they fought. They believed that these ditches were a trick by the Muslims, so they could not attack Medina. The disciplined troops were faced with the troops of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, but there was a moat between them. The disciplined troops looked for a Prophet to be able to enter and attack the Prophet troops. They walked around the moat to find a way across, however they didn't get. One of the disciplined soldiers named Amr bin Abu managed to cross to the ditch via a narrow road and invade the Muslim troops to do well. Ali bin Abi Talib advanced against him and with one slash with his sword to thwart the infidel death. The disbelieving troops kept trying to find ways and gaps to enter, but they failed, and the troops of the Prophet Muhammad SAW attacked them from behind the ditch with row and spears. These were took place by throwing arrows and spears at each other. So that made the disbelievers and angry because they had difficult to take Medina. The battle of Khandaq continued for several days. The Kafir troops set up tents there because they could not attack. So did the Prophet army, peace and the blessings of Allah be upon him. There were 6 friends who died as mercy, while on the side of the invaders there were 10 people who died. A noble friend named Sa'ad bin Mu'az was hit by an arrow, so he was seriously injured and was treated in one of the tents of the Prophet's army. Finally, Allah gave help to Prophet Muhammad SAW contains, namely Allah sends a very strong wind and very cold when night falls. It was the wind that destroyed the tents of the disbelievers. So they get colder and have no shelter. While the disbelieving troops were stricken with fear finally. All the troops returned to Mecca and returned to their respective tribes. That was his help given to the Prophet in his companions. The infidels had been trying to attack Medina for 1 month, but with strong faith and the hard work of the Muslims, Allah helped them from the evils of the infidels. Okay, maybe that's all for me. Thanks for watching my video. I hope my video is fun for you, the story. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.